attitude like a young O'Shea with an AK.
Okay, don't you tell these motherfuckers that my name is O'Shea.
What up, everyone? It's the Nation of Podcation Daily Podcast. I'm O'Shea. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Also, make sure you follow me on Instagram at @thereal_OBarberBrand and on Instagram and TikTok at Nation of Podcation. So as you all know, I've been covering this Hot Boys reunion, and folks been asking me about Hot Boy Turk's interview. What was the interview that caused the issues between him and the other Hot Boys? Let me start off by saying that I'm a big fan of Cash Money. When I first got my license back in the day, the first CDs that I had the first day in my car when I started riding was Dr. Dre 2001, Lil Wayne The Block Is Hot, and The Big Timers Volume 2, How You Love That. Those were the first ones that I thought to grab when I first started driving. So let's fast forward 20 plus years. I'm still a big fan of the Hot Boys to this day.
To this day!
Now, back in the day, Juvenile and BG were my favorites until Lil Wayne became a household name after his legendary performances on the 400 Degrees album. Now, Hot Boy Turk always dropped a fire verse, also like Lil Wayne, and had just as much build-up and anticipation for his solo album because these two were the youngsters of the group and the next two young superstars to take Cash Money to the next level. Now, Hot Boy Turk has always dropped heat on his verses. He was fire on the Hot Boys' first album, Get It How You Live, on Juvie's 400 Degrees. BG, It's All On You, Volume 2, the Hot Boys' second album, Guerrilla Warfare. Turk was killing it. So let's fast forward a little bit. There was some money issues between Birdman and the other artists, and along with BG and Juvenile, Turk left Cash Money. After he left Cash Money Records, Turk had some moderate success on his own. He dropped a few albums that were mid, didn't do too much on the charts, but then he got himself in trouble with the law, getting into a shootout with the feds, and he ended up getting himself locked up for 8 years. After his release from prison, Hot Boy Turk has been money on the interview circuit. He speaks about all the old Cash Money days, being in the shootout with the feds, overcoming drug addiction, getting married while he was locked up. He was one of the few artists that kept the free BG movement alive. And folks, let's just be honest here. The folks in the industry didn't start screaming free BG until he was damn near about to get released. That's facts. Like I said, Turk has been money on the interview circuit and even has his own podcast. Now, one in particular interview Hot Boy Turk did was with Nori, DJ Effin, and Drink Champs. And folks think that this is where the problem started, particularly with Birdman and BG. Now, Turk exposed in an interview on Drink Champs that Birdman would give them fake jewelry, fake Rolexes and jewelry during the Cash Money days. Then this is also the interview where he got into it with BG's family over comments in this interview. This is where the whole thing started, where there were alleged rumors of Turk stealing proceeds from the free BG t-shirts, which Turk denies and also said he was the one passing them out, making them. He bought the printing press, he bought the t-shirts, he used all his own money to do that, and he didn't make any money off of the t-shirts. Well, let's take a look at this clip from this interview on Drink Champs where Turk is talking about Birdman giving them fake jewelry. Let's take a look at this clip.
They had fake Rolexes and everything. Baby used to bring me and Wayne a Rolex, platinum Rolex home. Every time he go see Universal, that nigga bringing us a Rolex home. And we were fake until we make it. I don't feel nothing wrong with that because the Rolexes are...
Wow. So now you got to remember that these dudes were children back in the day. I'm talking about 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 years old. Birdman was like they parent guardian kind of thing going on. So just ask yourself real quick, would you give a bunch of little boys a bunch of $25,000 Rolexes, $50,000 Rolexes, $10,000 diamond earrings, a $40,000 chain? Would you trust a 12, 13, 14-year-old kid with that type of jewelry? I don't think so. So Birdman did what he had to do. So I'm in agreement with Birdman here. There was no way in hell he's going to give these young boys who are not responsible, they not ready to be adults yet. I'm sure that they left stuff in hotel rooms, left stuff on tour buses, did all kind of stuff. He's going to be spending out all this money to get them some jewelry that they're going to end up losing anyway. Let's tune back in.
Fake and the Genevas are fake. Pull up Big Timers album cover and look at the watch. Who gonna do it? Big Timers album cover and look and see if it say Rolex.
So now this is where folks are saying where Birdman is getting frustrated with him at too, because not only did you expose he's giving you guys fake Rolexes and fake jewelry, now you're saying that he was using fake jewelry and fake Rolexes on his album cover, and you know Birdman is the #1 stunner, and to have someone try to expose him and put his business out there that I'm sure he didn't want out there, he ain't going for that. Let's tune back in.
All that jewelry on that, y'all heard of Geneva watches? But the thing is, I don't feel played about that. Because if you was able to finesse your way into the real thing, come on, man, you got the real thing. The first big time album had Geneva watches on the whole fucking tape.
So he kept going on and on and on about these fake Rolexes and fake watches that they had on the table of the Big Timers album cover, as you can see down there, which is one of my favorite albums that they had, the How You Love That Volume 1 and 2. Let's tune back in.
Oh, nigga, watch it. And this ain't me hating, bro. Cause
And so there you have it. That's Hot Boy Turk. That is the interview that everyone's saying. That's the alleged interview that's saying that's what caused a rift between him and Birdman. Like I said before, Birdman, the #1 stunner, I'm sure he did not want that business out there. At the same time, I gotta respect what Birdman and Slim did with those young guys. He took them from nothing and made them household names, especially in the late 90s and early 2000s. But I'm sure, like I said, they weren't gonna trust these young guys with hundreds of $1,000s, even millions of dollars worth of jewelry. Now, if they wanted to go get their own jewelry with the money that he paid them, I'm sure he had no problem with that. But for him to go spend his money on that, spending 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 on a Rolex to give to a kid that's just gonna lose it, leave it in a hotel room, leave it on a tour bus, leave it backstage at a concert, just a waste of money. I'm not a big fan of exposing family business either. If you knew you wasn't supposed to talk about that kind of stuff, if that was just kind of supposed to be kept in-house, you got to keep that stuff in-house. Not everything is meant for the public to be known. And like I said, I'm sure Birdman feels that kind of way. At the same time, though, I gotta respect Turk and his story. Turk does have a right to tell his story, his truth, his part of the story, because he was part of that Cash Money history. Now, if he wants to expose that stuff, that is up to him, but just know they can cut business ties with you, and you don't want to cut a powerhouse like Cash Money off. Nation, what do you think about Hot Boy Turk's comments? Do you think this is the interview that caused the rift between him and Birdman? Do you have a problem with Birdman giving those kids, just remember now they were kids, do you have a problem with Birdman giving a bunch of kids some fake jewelry? Do you guys have a problem with that? Or should he been giving them the real thing since he claims to be he's the #1 stunner? Nation, let me know in the comment section down below, and make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button on your way out.
O'Shea and I have been kicking it strong for a minute now. O'Shea doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke. O'Shea is a professional model.
Attitude like a young O'Shea with an AK.
Okay, don't you tell these motherfuckers